and thanks for joining me for another Pilates workout. Today we are going to mainly focus on our legs, and there is going to be a section in standing. You will be able to do this in the chair if you would prefer, but we are going to encourage ourselves to stand and have a hand on the chair for a bit of balance. We're going to start with just a little bit of a warm-up. We're going to move our way through the body, and we're going to start with the feet. So we're going to do seated pony trots. So I'm going to lift one heel and then the other heel. One heel and then the other heel. And as I do this with my feet, I'm trying to think about my spine being nice and long, breathing in and out nice and deeply into the ribs, relaxed shoulders, keeping those legs going. We've got 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lovely. Now I'm going to think about a little bit extra, so I'm going to have a little reach forward with one leg, a little reach forward with the other leg. Now that leg's actually coming off the floor. It's kicking out. If that doesn't suit you, you can just do a little tap, but we're going to try and keep the tummy strong, and I'm sitting up nice and tall as I do that. So not leaning back in the chair, but lengthening up. We've got 4 to go, 3 to go, 2 to go, 1 to go. Now we're going to actually try and lift up a leg. Lift up a leg. Now this can be quite tricky. You can just do a little heel raise if you prefer, but if you can, the whole thigh is going to come up. We're going to do 8 more, and 7, and 6, and 5. Tummy strong for 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Good work. All right. Okay, so that's the legs done. We're now going to think a little bit about our hips, and we're going to turn the legs out and turn them in. Turn them out and turn them in. So I'm going knees apart and knees together. Knees apart and knees together. Sitting tall. Knees apart, knees together. If this is tricky, you can do a single leg. You can do one leg, and then you can do the other leg. I've thrown you both, or thrown you into both legs at the same time. We're going to do 2 more here, and 1 more. Okay, all right. So let's think a little bit about the waist and the pelvis. We're going to try and round the spine. I'm going to go side on to help you see. This is me sitting tall, and I'm going to try and round the spine and then restack. So you can almost think that you're having a bit of a slump in the chair, and then restack. Slump in the chair, and restack, and a slump in the chair, and restack. So the whole body kind of rounds, and then we return to our vertical. We round, and then we return to the vertical. And sometimes it's about going into that kind of slump to work out where we can be to be nice and upright. We're going 2 more, and 1 more. Good. All right, from here, up into the shoulders. Big shoulder circles round. Trying not to do this with my head and my neck, just with those shoulders coming all the way around. And we're going to do another 3 this way, and another 2, and another 1. And then we'll reverse that. We're going to go back and round the other way. Big circles round, big circles round, big circles round. And I'm going to do 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. All right, the head and neck, ear to shoulder, back upright, ear to shoulder, back upright, ear to shoulder. So inclining my neck, nice and easy. We're going to go again for 4. We're going again for 3. We're going again for 2, and 1. All right, now I'm going to keep level, but turn, center, turn, center, turn, center. Remember, we're not slumped anymore. We're beautiful and upright. Turn and turn. We're doing 4 more, 3 more, 2 more, and 1 more. Good. Now I call these little neck smiles, and we're going to use them later with wrist and also with feet. Drop the chin to the chest and go ear to one shoulder, So that's like one corner of the smile, and then you're going to drop ear, chin to chest, and then go ear to the other shoulder. And we're going to do that again. One way, and then the other way. Sometimes necks can be a bit clicky, so you just want to find a range that is comfortable for you as you're doing this. Nice. Let's do another 4 here. And 3. And 2. And 1. Good. And then bring that head upright. Good. So that's nicely got most of those major joints going. Now we've just got to get onto the wrists. So if you bring those arms out to the side, we've got some circling. Again, another really clicky area of the body. There can be quite a lot going on in those wrists in terms of noises. So hopefully just feeling comfortable for you. We're going back the other way. Reverse that circle. Reverse it round. Circle around. Circle around. So I'm doing full circles at the moment. But we are going to try and do some of those smiles like we did with our neck. Which means that both wrists are going to go one way and then the other way. Almost like you were kind of conducting one way and then the other way. So we're just trying to get those joints to move in different variations, different combinations to what they're used to. So we really have to keep working that muscle memory and that brain to body connection. Cool, and this can get quite tiring. We're going to do 2 more complete ones. 1 more complete one. And stop. Good. Now the next section I'm going to do in standing. You can stay seated if you prefer. If you are going to stand, we're going to come on up and we're going to move the chair, for me, over to one side so you can see nice and clearly what I'm doing. It is quite nice to just work with one hand on the chair rather than both hands here because it gives you an extra little challenge. Okay. So always a little bit of a bend in our knees. We're going to start with some taps. We're going to tap forward. Tap and in. So you can do this in the chair if you're seated. Tap and in. Tap and in. Now I'm going to add in a little bit of a hover. So I tap, but I hover. So I tap. So this is a progression. You can stay with that first one if you want, which is leaving that foot on the floor the whole time. Tap and hover, and this can become a knee, tap and into the knee. So that's quite a big lift, like we were in the chair when we were lifting our legs. So if the lift in is too much, don't worry about it. We're going to do 3. We're going to do 2. And we're going to do 1. And then you'll step that leg down. Good, give that a little bit of a shake. So we're going to do the same thing going out to the side. So I'm not stepping into it. I'm still keeping all my weight on my standing leg. So here we go. A tap and an in. So find that for yourself. Make that manageable. And then if you want the next progression, you don't land that foot. You hold it. So stability on this leg. Lots of our ankle balance as well, working with that. So you can stay with this, which is your little hover, or your next challenge is to try and come up to the knee. Out, in and up. Out, in and up. So we're working these leg muscles, really important for walking upstairs, getting ourselves out of seats, all that kind of thing, getting ourselves out of chairs. We've got 3 to go. 2 to go. 1 to go. And rest. Good. You can give those hip joints a little bit of a rub. They'll respond really well to that little bit of a self-massage in that area. Just to keep that blood flow going, stop them feeling stiff and tight. Okay, so you can turn the other way, or I am going to carefully move my chair around. I'm going to do the same thing on the other leg. Okay, beautiful and tall, not rounded and slumped. We're going to tap and tap in. Tap and tap in. Tap and tap in. So I'm thinking about being nice and vertical, and I'm thinking about pulling my belly button in to help me stand tall. Let's hover. Out and hover. Out and hover. Out and hover. Next one is going out and then up to the knee. So it can get quite a bit of work in those hip flexors. If that's too much, much. Stay with one of those earlier variations. Out, in and up, out, in and up, out, in and up. Last one. Good. Okay. Out to the side now, all right? Here we go. Step it out. Step it out. Step it out. Step it out. Nicely done. Out and in and out and in. And then we have that little hover. Out and we 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 lift. Out and we lift. Out and we lift. Out and we lift. Let's do 4 more if you can. 3, 2, 1, and done. Okay, all right. I'm going to get you to turn to face your chair. Our last bit is working on that step back. We're going to do the same leg, okay? If you're in a chair, it's quite hard to do this seated, so you might want to take your leg forwards instead. So I'm going to tap back and in. Same leg, tap back and in, tap back and in, tap back and in. Now we're going to tap back and hover, tap back and hover, tap back and hover, tap back and hover. Now the last variation is a bit different to what we've done before. So I'm going to tap back and squeeze up, tap back and squeeze up. So I'm squeezing heel to butt. So it's quite different work to lifting at the front of the knee. I'm lifting the heel in, so now we're working the back of the leg for 3, 2, 1, and pause. Good, so that gets your hamstring to work. Really important muscle in the body. Well done. Other side. Here we go. Step it back. Step it back. Step it back. And step it back. So you can stay with this, or you can hover. You can hover and hover. Good. Nicely done. Let's go 4. And then we've got our different movement coming up. All right, so we are going to look for a squeeze in. Squeeze in. Squeeze in. Squeeze in. Can we do 4 more? 3, 2, 1, and stop. Good, give those legs a bit of a shake. We need a little bit of sit down now, I think. So very well done. Sit yourself down, sitting to the front edge though of your chair, so side on and kind of here. So we can take a little bit of a stretch. So I want you to straighten out one leg and bring the toes back towards you. Okay, this will give us a bit of a stretch through that hamstring, the back of the leg. If you want, you can lean forwards a little bit. You can stay upright. The reason we're sitting at the front of the chair is it's easier to get your legs straight as you do that. This is a hamstring stretch. I'll be stretching through the back of that leg. Breathe in, breathe out there. Done very well. Okay, we'll step that leg in, we'll lengthen the other leg out, we'll do the same thing again. So I'm pulling my toes up towards me and I'm leaning into it. Big stretch down through the back of that leg. Inhale, exhale. So remembering, it's looking like that. Trying to allow that leg to straighten out if you want it. You don't have to force it straight, but it helps to get the stretch in those hamstrings if we're thinking about that leg being a bit longer. Lovely, excellent. All right, let's leave the legs alone a little bit and move our spine a little bit more. So we're going to take a twist. I'm going to take one hand on my chair and one hand on my knee. Breathe in to sit up tall and we're breathing out to twist. Breathe in, we sit up tall and we're breathing out to twist. Breathing in, we're sitting up tall. Breathing out, we twist. And then we'll come back to center and we'll do the other side. So sitting up tall and breathing out to twist. One of the first movements we lose in our spine is rotation. pull, breathing in, breathing out to twist. And then we'll come back center. Okay, now we want to do a little bit of a side bend. We're going to go from side to side here. If it's too quick for you, just stay on the same side and hold it. So I'm going to have one hand on my hip and the other hand is going to reach down. I'm almost sliding my hand down along that chair leg. And then I come up to the middle, other hand on my hip, other hand down, reaching down like I'm reaching down the chair leg. And then coming on up, other hand on the hip, other hand down, reaching down. Coming on up, one hand, other hand, down we go. Coming on up. We've got 4 to go. Reach it down. Coming on up. Reach it down. Coming on up. Here we go again. Reach it down. Coming on up. Reach it down. Coming on up. Good. Excellent. All right. You've done really well today. We'll do one last little coordination thing because you know how I like these, and it's all about that smiling action, rocking one side to the other. So we're going to do it with our heads, we're going to do it with our wrists, and we're also going to try and do it with our feet. Okay, so let's talk about what the feet are doing. If you put your heel on the floor, you're going to swing your toes one way, swing your toes the other way. I think you can just about see that on camera. We're going to swing the toes one way and the other way, one way and the other way. Same side, but now wrist is going. Just a single, wrist is going. 2 more, wrist is going. Last time. All right, now we're onto our neck. Chin to chest and roll to an ear. Chin to chest, roll to the other ear. If this is too quick for you, you can slow it down. You can go a little bit of a steadier tempo. 4 here. 3. 2. And 1. Head center. Now I'm going into this wrist. Swing it one way, swing it the other way, swing it one way, swing it the other way, swing it one way, swing it the other way. 1 to go. And then I'm going to end up with my foot. Swing the toes one way, swing them the other way, swing the toes one way, do my hand at the same time, and again, swing the toes one way, swing them the other way, last time, swing the toes one way, swing them the other way, and pause. All right, so we're going to double up. We're going to do the feet, we're going to do the wrists, we're going to do the neck, we're going to do the wrists, we're going to do the feet, and then we're done. All right, sitting up tall, strong tummy, weight on the heels, swing the feet for 4, and 3, 2, and 1. Swing those wrists for 4, and 3, 2, and 1. Swing the head for 4, and 3, 2, and 1. Back to those wrists for 4, and 3, 2, and 1. Back to those feet for 4, and 3, 2, and 1. Good, well done. Feet on the floor, a little round of applause for you. Very well done. Hands on those thighs. Big shoulder circle around. You are all done for today. So thanks for joining me today. Hopefully those legs feel a little bit worked. The brain feels a little bit worked as well, and our body feels a little bit more mobile. Have a lovely day, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.